Ford didn't just launch another truck engine when it introduced the 7.3-liter V8 known as Godzilla. It made a statement. At a time when the entire auto industry was chasing smaller turbocharged engines, hybrid systems, and increasingly complicated technology, Ford went the opposite direction. Bigger displacement, simpler engineering, old-school durability. At first, critics questioned the move. Why build a massive, naturally aspirated V8 in an era obsessed with downsizing? Now the answer is becoming clear. The 7.3-liter Godzilla may be one of the smartest heavy-duty engines Ford has built in decades. So what makes this engine so different, and why are truck owners, fleet operators, and performance builders suddenly paying close attention?
And that's exactly why many contractors, fleet managers, and heavy-duty truck owners are beginning to favor the Godzilla over smaller boosted alternatives. One of the most controversial parts of the engine was Ford's decision to use a pushrod layout. For years, many people assumed pushrod engines were outdated technology left behind by modern overhead cam designs. But in reality, pushrod engines still offer several major advantages. They have fewer moving parts, which can improve reliability and reduce maintenance complexity. Their compact size allows better packaging in tight engine bays. In some applications, they can even reduce overall engine weight and improve serviceability. There's a reason General Motors continued. Using pushrod V8 South for decades, Ford understood those same advantages and brought the concept back for a heavy-duty application, where simplicity and durability matter more than flashy engineering.
The Godzilla isn't outdated technology, it's optimized technology. And once drivers experience the engine in the real world, the reason becomes obvious. One of the first things owners notice is the immediate throttle response. Because there are no turbos to spool up, power delivery feels instant and predictable. The engine delivers strong low-end torque, right off idle, making towing feel smoother and more controlled. Drivers also notice fewer unnecessary downshifts under heavy load. Instead of constantly hunting for gears, the engine simply uses its displacement and torque to pull steadily and confidently. That matters in real-world truck use far more than impressive peak horsepower numbers on paper. Turbocharged engines often achieve huge power figures during short bursts, but naturally aspirated engines like the Godzilla tend to deliver their power more consistently during long-duration workloads. That consistency becomes incredibly valuable when towing heavy trailers across long distances or climbing grades under constant stress. But perhaps the biggest reason the Godzilla is earning such a strong reputation is reliability. Ford engineered this engine with durability as the priority from the beginning. Thick cylinder walls, robust cooling systems, simpler airflow paths, and fewer high-stress components all contribute to an engine designed for abuse. The simpler design also means easier repairs and lower maintenance complexity compared to many modern turbocharged powertrains. For commercial operators, that's not just convenient. It directly impacts operating costs. Downtime costs money, and an engine that spends less time in the shop quickly becomes valuable. What's especially interesting is how the Godzilla has started challenging diesel dominance in the heavy-duty truck market. For years, diesel engines were considered the only serious option for heavy towing and commercial work. But the Godzilla is changing that conversation. Many buyers are realizing they don't necessarily need a diesel for their workloads. The 7.3-liter gas V8 offers a lower purchase price, cheaper maintenance, and eliminates the complexity of modern diesel emission systems like DF fluid and expensive after-treatment equipment. Unless someone is towing extremely heavy loads every single day, the Godzilla often delivers a better overall balance of cost, reliability, and performance. It's not replacing diesel entirely, but it is redefining when diesel is actually necessary. And then there's the hidden side of the Godzilla that surprised almost everyone, its performance potential. What started as a heavy-duty work engine has quickly become one of the hottest platforms in the performance world. Thanks to its strong bottom end, large displacement, and simple architecture, the engine responds incredibly well to modifications. Builders have already pushed the platform to massive horsepower numbers using superchargers, upgraded internals, and racing setups. Many enthusiasts now see the Godzilla as one of the most tunable modern V8 engines available today. In some ways, Ford accidentally created a performance legend while trying to build a durable workhorse. Of course, the engine isn't perfect. Fuel economy is lower than smaller turbocharged alternatives. The cast iron construction makes it heavier than some aluminum block competitors. And compared to hybrid powertrains, it can seem less technologically advanced. But those were deliberate trade-offs. Ford intentionally prioritized durability, simplicity, and real-world usability over chasing efficiency statistics or marketing trends. And that decision may end up being exactly why the engine succeeds long-term. Because the biggest thing the Godzilla proves is that many truck buyers still value proven engineering over unnecessary complexity. In an automotive world increasingly focused on electrification, downsizing, and software-driven systems, Ford demonstrated that there is still enormous demand for engines that are simple, dependable, and built to last. The 7.3-liter Godzilla isn't revolutionary because it introduced futuristic technology. It's revolutionary because it ignored trends and focused on what actually matters to truck owners: torque, reliability, longevity, and confidence under load. For fleet operators, contractors, truck enthusiasts, and even performance builders, the Godzilla represents something modern vehicles rarely deliver anymore: mechanical honesty. And that may be exactly why its reputation keeps growing.